Happy Monday. My name is Granite Jim. Welcome to TGL. We're going to talk about some stuff today. I'm glad that you're all here. Speaking of which, in what may be a commemorative event, Billy Wifta is first. Billy Wifta is first. He's first in the chat. Look at it. Pretty cool. There you go. And he even took some time to go, haha, beat Bjorn to the punch. But Bjorn was second. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. I also see Ian Sweeney and Manic Plastic Toy Shop, Robert Infinite Realms, and Better Ray Bob, Jimmy Salzberg, which it's good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're all here, and I'm sure that as time goes on, more of you may or may not be here. You may notice this thing over here, down here. It just shows when things happen to make sure we don't miss it. Because those alerts tend to get a bit behind. I'm working on things to fix that. That's part of my goal in doing that. So there you go. News of note. Saw Godzilla -1 over the weekend with Lauren. It is phenomenal. There's a reason they won an Oscar. They should have won more. That is the best Godzilla film I've ever seen. And yes, that includes the original, which is really high praise. I won't spoil anything for you except to say that it's a period piece and it's done right. And for the first time in any Godzilla film that has ever been filmed, I actually gave a shit about the human beings in it. With the exception of Gojira. Gojira always gave a shit about the humans. So for the first time since 1954, I'm giving a shit about humans in a Godzilla film. That alone is huge. It's on Netflix right now. You have access to Netflix. Sometime in the coming days, go watch it if you haven't already. And if you've already seen it, go watch it again. It's awesome. I had a lot of fun. We took about 10 seconds with the English overdubs and said, no, we don't want this. So we watched it with Japanese and English, Japanese voice, original soundtrack, and English subtitles. Had a great time. Cannot recommend it enough. -1. Gojatron, welcome. The people who talk, as Sarah calls them. Yes, very much so. The people who talk. Exactly. This one, really, 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 really good. Cannot recommend this highly enough. It's in my top 10 movies of all time now. Not even joking. Okay? It's up there. It's good. Really, really good. Johnny Sorensen says it's clobbering time. It may be. It may be. It might not be. So today's show really is. We're going to talk a little bit about stuff that's coming, stuff that's been announced, stuff that's just the summer cycle that tends to happen a little bit. And I'll be talking about each of these things a little bit more than I normally would, because I really want to talk about the summer pre-order subculture we kind of have going, right? Along with it, there's some stuff that's arriving. So, for example, the HasLab Dragonfly should be here in a matter of weeks. It's going to start shipping out apparently next month. So, very excited about that. Cannot wait to get my hands on that. But we're going to focus a little bit more pre-orders than usual. But there's a few things that may have slipped through the cracks for people. Not just because this show didn't go last week, which it happens. But also just stuff that, like, just over the weekend sometimes something will come up and no one will see it. And because I have certain accounts on notification, I saw them. So I want to bring them to your attention. And some things that once you caught that and you're like, oh, fuck, I missed it. I have some solutions for you in some of those cases. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with kind of a doozy. It dropped this morning, early this morning. And for those of you that collect G.I. Joe Classifieds or Action Force or anything 1/12, and you yearn for the days of yore when it comes to Action Force, you might be in for a frickin' treat and a half, because that isn't showing anymore. Hang on, let me fix that. I don't know how that happened. I had that right before. There we go. Boom. Fresh Monkey Fiction is putting out 1/12 scale, this whole line called the Order of the Crimson Moon. Now, they have their own original characters like these Wolf Troopers, which are really cool. But they also have Major Noir, Black Major, And then you have Wolfsbane, and they have Count Iron Moon. Yes, very, very, shall we say, not very transparent. But it's clearly a throwback to old school Action Force. And yes, I ordered all of these. I don't know how many of them I'm going to keep, but I think they're very, very cool that these are coming out. Yeah, exactly, Robert. Red shadows, but not red shadows. You're exactly right here. Let me go ahead and push this up. And push this down. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. What's up, Shane? How you doing, man? Jason Garcia's in the house. All you missed is I said Godzilla -1's great, and we're talking about summer reveals, releases, and pre-orders today. So you're good. Squigs, I hope you've been great as well. We have been good. Need to see you soon, brother. Need to see you soon. If only they were in God scale. I'm guessing Ian says good scale, as in 118. I know. I agree, but I do think that there's some in that other line of knockoffs. I think there's some like that. Jimmy Sullivan says, sweet, Monster Force has a red shadow looking guy too. Yep. Jeff Morris in the house. Hello. Nice to see you. Good. Looking forward to it. So there's a bunch of these that I just really like them a bunch. I'm mainly concerned with these three. Count Iron Moon, the Wolfsbane here, Crimson Moon Wolfsbane, Black Major, and I also ordered these Wolf guys, which are cool, but I really love the idea of these characters kind of being there. And they look at this. He's got this helmet here. You could buy a bunch of these and make some really cool variants and troops and stuff like that. You've got wolf hands and gloved hands and guns and knives and stuff. They're a bit on the pricey side at $38 a pop, but for a smaller studio, I forgive that a little bit more. But with Fresh Monkey Fiction having such a bad reputation for things taking forever, like these aren't supposed to come out until like fall of 2025. So a year and a half from now, almost. Okay? It's a long time. But I pre-ordered them anyway, because, you know what? These are cool. Orbiting Cardboard's here. Hi! And like Rob says, coming out Eagle Force 118th, almost exact. And Jimmy Salzberg said it first. So yes. See, so yeah, we do have similar stuff coming in that scale. So, like, these three especially are important to me. If you look at this deluxe... Moon Exterminator. He comes with a different helmet. It's got a jetpack and all these different effects and all this crap. So if you're looking for a troop builder, like, I honestly feel like you buy one of these, so you have all the extra bits and bobs, right? Buy one of them, and then get one or both of the other two that you want. So, like, there's a Legionnaire, and he comes like a zombie kind of thing, and this thing going on. So it's kind of the same thing, but it's a different... Oh, look at that helmet. Look at that. Wonder what that reminds me of. So you buy him and one of the other guys, so you get your perfect, old school Action Force stuff. It's insane to me that these exist, but I'm also really happy. So we look at all the accessories that come with these. So, like, again, this guy, I don't think you need. If you just get the deluxe one, and then kind of figure out whatever ones you want. Maybe even get some of the blanks that we looked at from 1/12 scale stuff a couple weeks back. There's a lot of options here to make some really cool 1/12 scale, old school Action Force-esque figures. Exactly. These are totally aping the Palatoy Action Force stuff. They went up this morning. They're really cool. The Eagle Force 118 scale, if that's more your thing, those are very much on par. But if you're doing 1/12 scale stuff in any capacity, and I especially think of classified collectors in this, I think this is a cool way to kind of Britishize the whole thing. So it's very cool. Ian says, unfortunately, international shipping will take them beyond the pale of value for me. Hope they do well, though. Good to know OG Action Force is not forgotten. I will say this, Ian. I've shipped, their flat rate shipping over to Ireland was $8 last time I shipped something from Big Bad. So you may want to look into it. JLS Comics is here. I hope you're doing well as well. So I just wanted to point these out because I know there's people that are going to be into them. I love what these are. I love what they represent. Because if there's one thing, because I know, Val has made it very clear, Bobby's made it very clear that he's not going to go back and dip into the well on these individual characters of old school. He wanted his version of Action Force to be something new, and I totally respect that. But I also respect Fresh Monkey Fiction for stepping up and saying, okay, we're going to kind of do our own thing, but really harken back to this. So if that's what you want, you can make that happen for a little bit of money. And, to buy, 4 or 5 of these, because what I'd probably do is buy the regular wolf guy and a deluxe wolf guy, along with these 3. And I would just use the deluxe and the regular wolf guy to make 2 different looking troopers of the different helmet sizes. And then use the Baron thing for... I'd have to buy all of them now I think about it. But if I buy the whole set, none of them are going to have wolf or zombie hands. We're going to have 2 different soldiers. And you're going to have the Baron head on, the Baron, right? The Count, pardon me, right? So you make it all perfect. But, Baron Ironblood and all that shit. It'd be perfect. It's really cool. And yes, Jeff, I agree. They keep showing off pre-orders and haven't seen any toy in hand. I agree. This one's a year and a half off. I love the idea, and I'm hoping beyond hope that this actually sees the light of day. I really don't know at this point anyway, like, it's par for the course for them at this point, unfortunately. And again, I don't condone it, but I am excited for it. Let me put that up there. That makes more sense there. Okay. So, all right, thank you. Where's the werewolf women? I don't know. Maybe there's more to come. This is a year and a half away, for crying out loud. Just said, man, I've had that Van Helsing sitting for almost a year and a half now. Yeah, I remember when those went up for pre-order. I didn't even live in this apartment, and I just finished my first year when those went up for pre-order. Shane's never been in the troop building, but always having fun with it lately because they give so many display options. Yeah, exactly. It's a lot of fun. To a certain degree. I'm not a big troop builder. Those of you who've been with me a long time know that's not my thing, but this presents some really unique options on that realm. Jeff says, I'm tempted to get the Red Sonja figure, but I'm waiting until it actually comes out, see how it looks in hand. I completely understand with that, Jeff. I really understand. So, moving on to something you may not have heard about. There is a Ninja Turtles Classic Technodrome reissue coming out. There's no release date on it. I did order it, and you can still order it. It's an Amazon exclusive, okay? If we are to base our assumptions on this, on anything, we should base it on the blimp, we should base it on the turtle van that came out, and that they're mostly the same as before. Jeff said also on the previous thing, I was excited about Monster Force, so that cartoon and old Toyland kicked ass. Updated stuff could be just as cool. It's bummertastic. Totally get it. And yes, Gojatron is correct. That's a boss fight for the Red Sonja, not Fresh Monkey. I don't think that Fresh Monkey's doing one of those. So thank you for that. Always my fact checker, Gojatron. But this went up for pre-order very unceremoniously. And I got a full-blown pre-order in, and I can't wait to see when it comes out. I'm looking forward to seeing product pictures and official announcement, but there it is, in all its glory, right? I don't think it's horribly expensive, and if you're into turtles, I don't think it's going to get much better than this. It says the play set stands roughly 13 inches tall, so it's not super huge. So if it was sitting on the desk here, it'd be about that tall at most. Which it's not a lot, but it's a Technodrome, and Technodrome, just like Eternia, one of those hard to get playsets in that line. And being that I have the Mutant Mayhem sewer playset from last year that I adore, I'll be real happy just to put a Technodrome right next to it. I'll be happier than a pig in shit. I'm so happy. So anyone who's interested in that, I'll put that link into chat for you, because I know it happens. TMNT Classic Technodrome Bam. Bam. So if you want it, go get you one. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Because this is one of those ones that got away. The original sewer playset got away from me. And if they're doing Technodrome, they're probably going to do the original sewer playset, which I will probably pick up and find a way to kit bash it together with the Mutant Mayhem set, make a bigger set. I don't know yet. So ultimately, like, this is, like, for a Turtles guy, this is super, 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 super cool for me. I'm going to take a second, check in with chat, make sure you guys are all caught up with me. Okay, yep, got it. Okay. Wilhelm in the house. Hey, hey, hey! Well, nice to see you, buddy. Always good to see someone from the 1-8 team. I said that. And Goji's absolutely right. Big Bad doesn't charge anything until they're ready to ship, and even then, if you put a card on it that you know, like, doesn't have any money, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you'll get an alert, so you know, oh, okay, boom. This way you're not blindsided by something, you know. So with that, for me, I've always used it like this. I have like a, not a fake card, but a card that I never use on there. And so it just hits and it goes, hey, what is this? So I pre-order anything I'm remotely interested in. And then when it comes in, I get to make the decision, do I keep it or do I not? So it eliminates all those chances of FOMO, typically. In the sense of, like, I can decide if I really want it or not when it comes in. I'm like, is it really worth it? Yes, no. And over half the stuff doesn't come because I don't need it. But the stuff I want, I get, which I love. It's very good. So moving on to the next set of things, switching gears a little bit. NECA has convention exclusives coming up. I know it's NECA, but I wanted to take this time to talk about convention exclusives, particularly San Diego Comic-Con. Now, the reason this is important for a lot of us is that this is just one example of some things that are going up for San Diego Comic-Con. Now, there's a link here where Preternia has all the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives up. And there's not a lot here yet because they don't exist yet, but there's this whole linked list of stuff that are going to be up. One of the things that'll be up there is Mattel Creation stuff for Motu, because Too Bad is reportedly going to be there as a 2-pack with the individual figures that got into Too Bad and all that stuff. So I wanted to kind of bring this up because convention exclusives are a reality to this day. Sometimes they're important, sometimes they're hard to get, sometimes they're not. Either of those things, right? But for those of you that do want to keep track of that, if you do like NECA or you do want to get that Too Bad or whatever, that version, I should say, because they confirmed Too Bad's coming out in the main line. This is a 2-pack of his 2 sides as individual characters before they became melded. So that's, for hardcore people, that's going to be pretty important. I would love to have it, but it's not like end of the world crap. But yes, Jeff, it's a fairly major mainline character, but they are going to put them on their own deluxe package later. It's just the combined Too Bad. This is something extra special. That's all. I don't need it, but if I can get it, I'm going to, you know? Logic Blaster, it's great to see you. I am doing well, and I'm great to see you here as well. Johnny says, I order a ton of stuff on Amazon AU, and I cancel later as they charge it till it ships. Some of their stuff just never ships. I agree. Yeah. So, just as a reminder, like, look out for those convention exclusives. They're coming. And if there's something you're remotely interested in, I really implore you to go to follow Preternia, who's always my source for this stuff. On Twitter, I have him on everything he tweets. I get a notification, and he only tweets toy-related stuff, so it's perfect. You also follow him on Instagram, this and that. But in terms of fail-safe, get it in real time, if you just open an X/Twitter account and only follow Preternia and put him on notifications, you will have a never-ending list of stuff coming out, which is really cool. And even then, he doesn't catch everything. He didn't announce this. This is from NECA. This is like Monsters Toonie Terrors, which is a throwback to the old Bendies of the 80s. I'm not getting these, but I know some of you are really nostalgic for some of this stuff. It's really cool. I've got my Universal Monsters thanks to Jada Toys, and I'm happy. But these are really, really cool. And for those of you into the quirkier side of the Universal Monsters, this is right up your alley. It's officially licensed, even if only one of them looks a lot like the actor. Well, two of them. Okay, so that looks like Boris Karloff a little bit. And then Dracula looks a lot like Bela Lugosi, which is great. It's great. Now, you have to decide, are these little bendy figures, are they worth $70 for you? I don't know. But they're out there, and they're coming, so check them out. Robert says, I've never had too hard a time getting an SDCC exclusive I really wanted from Mattel. There you go. I haven't really gone after them much, because usually the prices are just horrible, but been pretty good. Gojatron says, if you're on Instagram, Toy Shiz usually has all the pre-orders announcements as soon as they go up. Right you are, but here's the problem. Instagram and its notification system and its feed are broken just like Facebook. You don't get things the moment it happens. On X and Twitter, that's their claim to fame. Someone tweets something and you have notifications on, it's coming right away. So yes, Toy Shiz is a great resource for sure, and I'm not sure if they have a Twitter account or not, but Instagram itself is a problem. So just to temper that. And I'm not trying to poo-poo or yuck your yum, Goji, but that's, I want things as soon as they come up, you know. Brick Something is here, says, hey there. I say, hey there back. How you doing? I hope you're enjoying time in the post-Cantina world. Them were the days. Logic Botcha says, I'm happy with Amigo Universal Monsters. Probably not going to get other versions. I think everyone's got their version. Some people go monster crazy and they get a little bit of everything, which I totally recommend if you're into something. Like, I have almost every size scale of Spider-Man you can get. Everything from Mego to Marvel Legends to Epic Hero Series, the old Toy Biz stuff. I've got a Titan Heroes one I've had for years. The list goes on. You know, it's a whole thing. But getting back to our pre-orders, if you will. Ian Sweeney says, Robo highlighted an amazing-looking Vincent Price figure, almost nice enough for me to break scale. There you go. Vincent Price is up there, man. Like, he's a great actor and certainly has a pedigree that might be worth putting on your shelf, for sure. And yes, Jimmy, I love the Mego Mad Monsters too. It's really good stuff. All right, so back to our pre-orders. This is a vinyl Leatherface mask from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a mask. But if you want one, there it is. They have a bunch of these up from different eras of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This, of course, being the most iconic, from my opinion, for my money. It was pretty cool. I have this thing in the back of my head. I kind of want to get a mask collection. Not Mask the Toys, although I would love those. But vinyl mask collection on, like, painted mannequin heads and, like, put them somewhere in the house at some point. So I always look at that stuff, you know. But it's there. It's a thing. And I'll come back to the next thing because it's going to be a little bit controversial. Well, yeah. The mask is ugly. It's supposed to be made out of discarded human skin. If you've never seen the film. It's meant to be ugly. For sure. Yes, Vincent Price played the Saint on the radio and was later adapted into a horrible film with Val Kilmer. Alberto Morales says, ho ho there, everyone. Ho ho, back to you. Ho ho. Welcome to the stream. Brick says, haha, yes, the post-Cantina days are good. Less dramatic, but still fun. I agree. Yes, sir. So, whoa, shit. Didn't mean that. TJC says, oh, sorry, I'm late. My stream ran over. You're fine, man. You're fine. You missed a Leatherface mask, a 1/12 revamp that is adjacent to old Palatoy Action Force characters. Nothing big. I know. Just playing. Yeah. I forgot there was a TV series. You are right. You're right. Okay. So, everyone that's just joining us, welcome to the show. I'm really glad that you're all here. But let's go into some more pre-orders. I want to talk a bit more about this. This one was really special for me because this is a character in Star Wars that I've always liked. I've always liked, and thanks to my dear friend, I do have one of these. Lax Sivrak sent me over a 1/18 scale Bosk, but I wanted the 1/12 because I kind of want the bounty hunters. And guess what? Bosk is up again as an archive reissue. Now, on Big Bad, he's out of stock. I don't see him on Amazon at all. I did manage to get one. But if you didn't know this came out and you still want one, I've got your back. Nerdzoic has them up right now. Downside, you have to pay up front with their store. However, you have the option to pay for it in installments through Shop Pay. And they also have the pile of loot option, so you don't have to have it shipped right away. You can have it put in their pile of loot. So they're getting slowly on par and providing things that their competitors don't. If anyone's interested in that, I'll certainly link them there, for sure. But yes, it is called the Nerd Stash. That is correct. Exactly. Yeah. Every single order I've ever gotten from Matt over at Nerdzoic has come in pristine condition, quickly, packed well. Never had a problem with him. Ever so ever. Yes. Yes, Bosk is just in time for the Reptilian Fever. So, if you didn't know, in Black Series scale, this character is crazy expensive for no reason. But he's a popular character, and Hasbro saw that, so they're bringing him back. So, if you want one, right now, Nerdzoic is the only game in town. Okay? Yeah, Pilot Force 2 version, which I have right there. He's over there on the floor. I'd bend over and grab him, but it's too far. But I do have that one thanks to my friend Lax Sivrak, and he's great, and I love him. And, so when I found out that he was up for pre-order, I was like, so Brixton says, Trandoshans are a good time. They can handle those liquors. They handle their liquor. That's right. But I know how much he means to a lot of people, so I wanted to make sure that I brought that up for sure. Now, sometimes toys go up for sale, and you're like, did I just miss half the line or something? And this next few are kind of in that pantheon, so to speak. Okay? So we have the 12-inch classic Ninja Turtles. This is Donatello, of course. He's up for pre-order. They're going to get him in November. They also have, they have all of them, actually. I only have the one up. But all of them except for Leo are for pre-order, because Leo they have in stock right now. And I imagine if they run out, they'll put him back for pre-order because of their shipment's coming. Now, I have a very specific affinity for these jumbo characters. Like, my parents would never let me get all of them, and I didn't want to pick just one. I wanted them all. My parents would let me. When we were buying our very first, second new car as a family ever, because Dad always did used cars for years. And the first new car they ended up buying was a caravan for everybody, a minivan for everybody. And then when we move beyond that, we get to a car, the Plymouth Acclaim. I later got a later model of that as a youngster myself. We go into the office of the car dealership, and this particular guy who's selling the car, and he's got all four of the turtles atop the cabinets behind his desk. It's got Ninja Turtle stuff everywhere, and at the time I was huge in Ninja Turtles more than any other time in my life. And I was enamored. I'm just looking around at all his Ninja Turtle stuff, and he's talking about how he watches the Turtles before work every single day and stuff like that. He's an older fella at the time. He's in his 40s, and that was kind of that first sign that all this nerd culture stuff was gonna become normalized later in life, and shit if it hasn't, right? So now to be able to get my hands on these, all 4 of them, and to put them somewhere. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put them. I certainly don't know where I'm going to put them now. And in the house, I don't. If we end up having a game room that has like pool and stuff like that, that would make sense to have like floating shelves and have them kind of all around the room. It'd be a lot of fun. But they're finally all available, because I could find Mikey and I could find Leo, but I couldn't find Raph and Don anywhere. And I didn't really see a bunch of them in the wild. So if you like these, they're on Big Bad. They're up for pre-order. And Leo, you can get right now. All right. So they're not gone. And if you can find these in the wild for cheaper, let me know, because I want them. Also in this realm, as far as like stuff that's coming up, Playmates are doing their own comic accurate versions of the Turtles. Again, but more of that stubby short style that was very reminiscent of the original comics. They're doing a 4-pack for $40. There's these little Toidles, 40th anniversary. You know, they're really cool. It's simple. Look, if you don't collect Ninja Turtles, but you like Ninja Turtles and you like the old school stuff, I don't think you're going to find a better deal ever again for something that reminds you of the old comics. These are great. These are really, really cool. And even though I have, you know, those kind of turtles already, I gotta rep these. I gotta have them. So I feel like I'm gonna have a whole red bandana section of my toy collection, because I just love the comic, you know. Johnny says those reissue Stubby Turtles are blah, more lazy Playmate releases. I know they're lazy, but I want them. They're inexpensive and they're fun. Don't yuck my yum. But if they're blah, please expand. Getting to classic reissues, and yes, reissues. Some of these all of these have been on store shelves at some point or another. Some are harder to find than others. Again, $40 for all 4, so $10 a pop. Nice price. Leatherhead, which I already have. Genghis Frog, which I already have, thanks to generous friends. Both of these were generous friends. Then you also have, you know, Wingnut and Screw Loose and Baxter Stockman. I definitely wanted Baxter Stockman. Wingnut and Screw Loose would be fun to have. I already have him. This would be a giveaway. I might give both of these away to anyone who might want them, because I really want these two, and it's a reliable way to get them. And Johnny says, now that is a value pack. Good figs in the Genghis pack. Agreed. Johnny says, just the Nickelodeon Turtles and a shittier deco. Okay, fair enough. I get it. You don't like them. But that's not the only 4-pack they've got up here. We got Wave 3, which has Rat King, Mutagen Man, Slash, and Casey Jones. It's a little more expensive. I'm not sure why, but I think there's still value to be had here. I had most of these as a kid. I loved the Rat King. I loved Slash. I absolutely adored not Mutagen Man. I think he's crap. You know, I don't like that character. But the other 3, Casey Jones, Rat King, and Slash, man, those were like mainstays in my collection. I love those figures. Can't wait to get them back in the collection. And again, they've been on store shelves in most places, but you don't see them a bunch. And they're hard to come by. Johnny says, only downside is reissue Mutagen Man missing his key accessories, still a decent value. I'll give that one away. I don't really want it, the Mutagen Man. Yeah, all my vintage stuff I got sold in a yard sale because I needed new drum stuff, which sucks. It sucks. But still being on Playmates and still being on reissues, Playmates is doing a reissue of the OG Enterprise D with lights and sound. They're even reissuing the old box. I just basically started my Star Trek collection, right? I gotta get this. I have to. It's begging to be got, and it's so cool. Like, it just, It's the Enterprise. The only thing I don't like about it is I don't think it has any stand to put it on, so I'll have to see if there's a 3D printed one out there that I can print. But beyond that, it's a beautiful thing. I can't wait to play with it. It'll be so much fun. And rounding out our Playmates section, this is the 2003 Classic Figure 4-pack. Again, for $40, depending upon the style you want. I pre-ordered these. Again, I don't know if I'll end up with them or not. I'm tempted because I like the accessories, and I just like the look of them quite a bit. I didn't even watch the Nickelodeon show. But it's really cool. They're a really cool set of great toys from a great era. Keeping them alive and stuff like that is really cool. So if you're into them, they're up, they're ready to go, and the price is not breaking the bank. Ted says, Wingnuts at your Walmart. Fair enough, sir. Manic Plastic says, that's my next toy line I'm going after. Probably the Playmate Star Trek. I got really lucky. Wilhelm really hooked it up. He found this lot someone brought in, and he's like, he put it out there in the ether, and then he mentioned it one night, and I said, yeah, I'm after that. He gave me a great deal, and I have so many figures, and I'm not mad about it. So now I have a great collection, and it's like, well, what? I probably have more than I want, to be honest, which is fun. It's a really great, and they're easy to find. They're not expensive. It's a fun one to go after for sure. Yes, the 2003/4 Nickelodeon Turtles. Yes. Oh, 2003 4 Kids Turtles. Nick was 20. Okay. God, I'm 47. I forget shit. God. It's just close to the Mirage comic style. Yes, kind of that. I forget the name of the damn artist, but the one he drew him kind of like flat on the front and real bulky, which I loved, and the masks and everything. Really cool look. And I kind of love the idea that you have like this evolution. Like I could have an evolution of them between those 3 sets, right? So you have like the shitty comic ones, and then you have like the classic ones, and then you go with these, you know, the 4 Kids ones would be cool. Manic Plus says, you know, if you're ever looking for anything vintage-wise or some modern stuff, this local shop I go to has a bunch of this stuff for a decent price. I will definitely hit you up. Definitely hit you up. Roman Corpo says, the original TNG Enterprise toy could not separate software section, so this looks good. So he's saying the original toy didn't do that. This one does, and it has the electronic sounds. I love it. Thank you. Billy Wifta says, do I still want the bridge playset? Yes! Yes, very much. Very much. Get a hold of me and we'll work that out, because I definitely want it. Johnny says, Dooney and Lawson did a lot of the later Mirage style was used for subsequent media. Yeah, I would think. I'm trying to. There's one in particular. So if you look at the original first publishing omnibuses or graphic novel compilation that they put out, the 4th one featured the comic where Raph falls through the skylight in April's junk shop, that they then based part of that in the movie. That's what I'm talking about, like that look for sure. Maybe, I'm pretty sure I said I'm 47, I forget shit just earlier today. Maybe, I forget. Exactly. Yes. Hello, Andy. Nice to see you. 47, bunch of kids. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's not the years, Bill. It's the mileage. It's the mileage. And as I'm sure, because you are a motorcycle riding son of a bitch, I'm sure you'll have something to say about mileage. So let's just say you said it. Let's just say that you said it. It's done. Okay. So going up to things that are out there, I don't know that I have an alternative for this, but I wanted to bring this up. McFarlane Toys doing a DC Classic Multiverse Darkseid figure. Now, it's not one-to-one a Superpowers design, but it's damn close. And it's just super cool. Of course, I ordered it. And it does appear that the cape is soft goods, at least in these pictures it is. Which is really encouraging. It's like, wait, they're doing soft goods now? I did pre-order them. I haven't seen them anywhere else, and I didn't think to look for another link for them. Yeah, the figure based on the movie was horrible. So this is really good. I'm sure more will arrive as we get closer to the release date, but this is out there for sure. Very, very cool. And, you know, for someone who's doing a superpower adjacent 6-7 inch collection of those toys, I got to do that. Yes, so sold out. Check GameStop is the secret weapon for McFarlane and DC stuff for sure. Does that cape have wire in it? It looks like it does. I can't confirm that. There's nothing in the description, but it's very cool. And if it does, great. If not, meh. You guys know I love my Muppets. You guys know that I collect my Diamond Select Muppets. And Gojatron, I think, was one that tipped me off to this. Sweetums and Robin. You know, so the little guy. See, this is literally 2 figures. And if Robin is articulated, I might shit my pants. I don't think he is. Because when Kermit came to me in the line, and he's all articulated, his arms are like little toothpicks. I'm scared to break them to move them. I don't think Robin's articulated, but that gets Sweetums as a figure is like, oh. So that was a pre-order I had to have. You want the Sweetums and Robin? Is that what you want? I got you. Sweetums and Robin. There you go. You can get that for yourself right now. Get y'all taken care of. Huge Muppets fan, and I obviously have the whole Diamond Select line so far. So every time they come out with new stuff, I'm totally into it. So, and yes, I will shit my pants, shitty pants. So, but again, it definitely feels like with not just all of these pre-orders coming up, and the announcements we've seen, the leaks. It's not just that they're there; it's what they're announcing. You know, this Enterprise reissue is like, I thought their Star Wars reissue was dead and gone. And I'm kind of pissed off now that I didn't get the Kirk, Spock, and Khan from that line. I really should have. And you can't get them anywhere, as far as I can tell. I haven't looked on eBay or anything, but because now that I have the TNG and Deep Space Nine characters, I'm like, well, shit, I should have gone back and got those. And I did try. But now the Enterprise is up. It's like, oh, okay, all right, something's going on. And you have Sweetums go up, and you have these, you know, Palatoy adjacent Action Force-esque 112 scale figures coming out and all this stuff. And he says, animal. They actually already did that. Let me see here. So I can find it. It may even be in stock now that you mention it. Let me see here. No, that's not the one. I'll find him if he's available. Okay, he's not currently up for order on Big Bad. Oh wait, no, he is. I tell a lie. Here he is. There you go. He totally came with his drum set. That's all there. That is all in, man. So whenever I find my Star Trek's Playmates. All right. Oh, right on, man. I appreciate that. Only 18 days ago, DF show. Don't remind me. I'm not ready. Jason Garcia said, I really shouldn't get another line, but I'd love to have Kermit, Fozzie, and Gonzo. Those are easy to get. There's actually a couple packs you can get to get that together. So there you go. Get your hands on him. And I have him. He's great. So you can get Fozzie and Gonzo here on a pre-order if you want. You can also get Fozzie and Gonzo and Kermit in this. This is like a deluxe set, which is just, frankly, it's crap. You're better off getting them separate for the price, in my opinion. The only thing is you can't get Kermit separate from Big Bad. You can find them, but they're not, you know, they're out there. So don't sleep on them, though. They're going to go up in price here. Superpowers. What do you want me to say about superpowers? What's gone up for pre-order, officially announced, that I can talk about? Maybe I did forget something, but I don't think I did. I don't do leaks, motherfucker. Brick something says, those Crimson Moon figs look good. I want the Grand Wizard spellbook accessory. Yes, that would be very cool, for sure. I literally, though, I don't know of anything. Look at my post above. Superpowers. Yes, he did. Did Animal come with a drum set? Shit my pants. Oh, what do you think about the Superpowers Wave 9 leak? You include my team about. Oh, I don't discuss leaks publicly at all, but it looks good. What I saw as a leak looks good, but until it's officially announced, I'm not going to talk about it on the channel. It's not going to happen. But yes, the next wave, if that's confirmed, looks pretty good, and I will have a lot to say about it once it's confirmed. Jason Garcia says it was the one property at Disneyland that's grossly underrepresented. I hear Disney World still has them. I gotcha. Yeah, Diamond Select is kind of like the dark horse snake in the grass when it comes to Muppets in particular. So check them out. You didn't know that rule missed the memo? Go back and find a time when I've commented on leaks on this channel. And anytime people ask me about leaks, I'm like, I don't talk about those until they're confirmed. Privately, I'll discuss them all day. But on the show, I just don't mess with it because it's a slippery slope. It's a pain in the dick because I don't want to comment on things and waste time on the show on things that may not actually come out. There was a leak that came out previous to that said it was something different. So until I get an official, leak, because they had all those pictures that McFarlane put up that one time recently, but none of them were none of them confirmed previous leaks that we'd seen, and it's cool what we saw, and they just put those up. So I'm guessing that whatever is confirmed leak now will get confirmed probably at San Diego, if I had to venture a guess. I seriously understand that you didn't know. I'm saying it now. I really don't mess around with leaks too much, because especially with superpower stuff, because anyone can put together a graphic that looks like one of those lists. And they've been wrong before, many times. I don't fuck around with it. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you keeping the conversation going. It's just, this kind of thing isn't my bag, baby. Now, I'm not done with pre-orders. My favorite pre-order has been announced in the last 2 weeks. And of course I got one. Is this. This is the Voltron 40th anniversary 16-inch figure. This harkens back, this is Playmate's re-release from a few years ago, but it harkens back to the Matchbox line. This is a gift pack, very similar to what was available back in the day. It's got way more accessories than the original sets got back in the day. By all accounts, it is identical to the original from 2019. It's a great figure, and it doesn't break the bank. It has lights and sound. You get your gift box. I'm so stoked for this. So stoked for this. I cannot wait to get this in my hands. I've been wanting a Voltron for a long time. It's $109. $100 for a 16-inch Voltron that splits, converts, and all those accessories is not too much to ask. Johnny Swords saying the Playmates Voltron, which is what this is great. Has solid ratchets. It's a solid piece. I think it's totally worth it. Yes, exactly. It's cheap for what it is, and the next bump up was like $300 to $500 for import versions that, frankly, aren't as good. They're not as playable. They're not as posable. You're worried you're going to break them for $100. I can play with this, I can pose it, I can do whatever I want. It's exactly what I want in a reissue toy. The Playmates one to begin with was almost a one-to-one of the Matchbox with some improvements in electronics. This is a reissue of that. I couldn't be happier. Gimme, 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 gimme. Joy says, coffee's for closers, leaks are for a closer, now get out of here. Bill Wifta says, oh, I remember the Supermobile Batwing link back when you thought it was fake. I heard it here first. Yeah, it was after that I just kind of said, I don't want to, it's too much emotionality, for sure. Johnny Swan says, just paint the sword or print a better one, only when I let down, but meh. Because what is this, flat plastic? I've got chrome paint pens. I don't mind painting it at all. I have no issue with that at all. But I'm still not done. Those of you that have been watching the channel from back when it was only a pre-order discussion kind of a thing, and I would like slap this stuff on at the end, I have something for you. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I was building up to this. This is a 1:1 scale diorama of the turtles coming out of the sewer lid from the poster for $2,500. Look, if I had crazy money, like crazy money, and we had an extra space where I could put it over in the corner or something, I would get this. I'll admit, I would get this if I had that kind of money. But I don't, so I won't. I think it's a cool idea. I know there's an audience for this stuff. I know that I'm not it. I know that most of you, if not all of you, aren't it either. But it's in that realm of overpriced statue, so I had to put it. And I even have one more. Ian Sweeney says it would make a fascinating toilet seat cover. I agree, but I would not use it for that. It's too big. It's like 17 is by 40 inches. It's pretty big. 17 by 40. Where would I even put it? I would put it on the floor, on a small pedestal, like coming out of the floor. And I'd probably put it like a black blanket around the pedestal and just kind of have it there so you could see it but not kick it, right? Like in a game room or something, like maybe in an acrylic case, like last thing on the ground or whatever. Maybe an expensive long arm. I would not put this outside. I didn't put my G.I. Joes outside, and those cost $2. I ain't doing this. But I got one more for you. You guys ready? The Prime 1 Studio Batman 89 High Definition Museum Masterline Batman half-scale statue, which puts him at 41 inches tall, made from polystone and other materials, for $2,729. This is ridiculous. I like this Batman. I like this Batman a lot. This version of the character. I don't like him enough to pay that. So, you know, I just wanted to do I wanted to do a show where it was a little bit back to basics. I'm not going to be doing this sort of thing without the discussion much more, but here in a while, here and there, we'll do this when there's enough. There was enough pre-orders up that I wanted to talk about in depth. I was like, we can do a show like that. It's not going to hurt anybody. Brick Something says, did I see the Mythic Legion surprise mid-year wave they revealed last Friday? There's some properly metal stuff in there worthy of the side of a carpeted van. I do not keep up with Mythic Legions at all, so no, I haven't seen it, but it sounds cool, and I'll check it out after the stream. James Lucas says, what's up, 2 Hour 2 Bros? You're what's up, because you're awesome. Thanks for being here. 1-to-1 scale? No, the Batman's not 1-to-1. It's half scale. The Ninja Turtles one is 1-to-1 scale. So, go figure. So for this roughly the same price, you get real-size turtle heads coming out of a sewer lid, or you get half-size Michael Keaton as Batman statue. Go figure, right? And the other reason was that for this week really came to something very, very, very simple. I am on the precipice of closing a 10-year journey of a hobby in the game of Destiny. Destiny 2 has their final expansion that is closing out this storyline that started back in 2014 and is ending it now. It comes out tomorrow, so if you find me hard to get a hold of this week, it's because I'm playing Destiny. This kind of thing happens once a year. I warned you guys last year it was going to be like that, and it's going to be like that this year for a couple days at least. I've got some old friends I'm reuniting with to play the game. I'm really looking forward to it. I will be streaming a lot of that gameplay over on Twitch. So if you're not over there and you're not following over on Twitch, please do so. The links are in the description below. But this means a lot. Like so much of my life has been informed by things that happened as a result of playing that game. As a matter of fact, I'm putting out a video tonight that talks about, in a way, how Destiny brought me to you guys. So it's pretty crazy to think about. And even if you're not a video game person, I think you'll enjoy the storytelling of it. I would appreciate you checking it out. Yes, yeah, you can follow for free just to watch, but if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, you can click the paid subscription to go ad-free, and it kicks a few bucks my way and doesn't cost you a dime. Thank you for bringing that up, Salzburg. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I agree. Batman should be 1-to-1 for that price, 100%. So, Maniplas is not a fan of the game, but I will watch. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I will not be streaming on YouTube. It'll be over on Twitch. So in all the descriptions of all my videos, I've got a Twitch link. Click that, hit follow. Make sure you make an account. Make sure you verify your account. Because if you're not verified, you can't talk in chat. Because I'm trying to keep people, you know. It makes you, man, I always still play Warrant. Fair enough. But when I'm still in a vicious cycle on WoW, it's very sad. I completely understand. Believe me, we are cut from the same cloth, because WoW and Destiny are kind of in classes of their own when it comes to being like video game crack, because you're constantly chasing after experience points and gear and all this stuff. But it's coming to a point where this story is that I've gotten used to all these years is coming to an end, and I'm really. Oh, you meant Warcraft, not Warrant. Yeah, fair enough. I figured you were going to correct yourself. I'm like, Warrant isn't bad. She's my cherry pie. It's not a big deal. It's fine, but it means a lot to me. And so, if anyone wants to come along and watch me in awe, you're not going to understand anything that's going on. You're going to see me shooting stuff and talking about things you don't understand. Just go along for the ride. Go along for the experience if you want. If not, it's okay. But I would ask that you watch that video to see how important it is to me. All right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can... Yeah. I remember when... I forget the name of the actual expansion, but it's the green one with the goblin face on it. Came out. A buddy of mine was managing a GameStop, was real close to where I worked, and I'd hang out there on my lunch hour, and then watching people come in buying that. You saw such a wide range of people buying that. It's kind of crazy. But, yeah, it's good stuff. In any case, we've come up on the full hour. I love each and every one of you very, very much. I thank you for your really constant support over the last 3 years, and I love you guys showing up for the show every week when we have it. When I take a week off, I'm always scared no one's going to show up, and you guys do show up, and I feel really good. So I really appreciate you. We'll see you very soon. Some of you I'll see over on Twitch tomorrow, hopefully. But in the meantime, may all your card backs be straight, may all your grinds be merry, may you will find anything you look for anytime you get at a price you feel is reasonable. Whatever it may be. I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.